Hello everyone and welcome to Razor'sEdgeGames.org. This is Razor aka Jim, or Jim aka Razor. This is the Ballad Singer. This is a wonderful game that I've really enjoyed covering and promoting. It's from Curator Games. This has been actually a journey with them for probably almost, wow, beginning of the year, and it finally made it to Steam. Now this game is very niche. It reminds me of the old Dungeons and Dragons / book. So it's a living, walking book that the game is the dungeon master and you make the choices. It's got thousands of voice over, just unbelievable voices, music, hand-painted screens, just a fantastic game. Now I will say that, speaking of the webpage, if you haven't been there, it's down at the bottom. I not only feature indie games, but also indie coverage channels. So if you have an or you have a channel and you cover indie games, definitely reach out to me, because that's what makes these games successful. This is in early access. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but this would be great for a streamer. And I'll show you. I'm going to go ahead and start. It's got a campaign mode. Why the credits aren't working, guys? For God's sakes, you should have that fixed first. Put your credits in there.
My name is Leon. I'm a wizard of Balinor.
He speaks. What brings you so far from home?
My business is none of your concern.
You arrogant fool. I'll have you whipped before I'll throw you in the cell. Now answer my questions.
The captain of the guards is infuriated, and Leon doesn't like orders. The wizard must now decide whether to submit and start answering, or to attack.
Now you actually have a choice here. All these choices have consequences. So... I always go with the passive.
There are no secrets here at the border. Arrest him. Let's see if a few days in jail will get him to talk.
Leon finds out firsthand that compliance doesn't always pay off. He's tied, gagged, and brought down to the dungeons. A dreadful smell climbs up his nostrils. He's left there alone for many days. Time does not matter anymore as he waits for food and water that will never come. He lay on the cell's floor, dying, as a guard comes to question him. He's wheezing and can hardly breathe. Finally, silence takes over.
So that's what you call a fail. Bad move. So you can actually choose your fate. You can continue the adventure with another character, or you can repeat your fatal choice.
There are no secrets here at the border. Arrest him. Let's see if a few days
we'll go fight.
Leon is outraged by the power play taking place. He decides to act upon getting rid of his audience. Although a great wizard indeed, Leon has overlooked a minor detail. He is not immune to fire, and triggering such a high-level spell in a room so small is simply idiotic. He burns alive alongside the others as their cries of agony rise to the sky. The flames devour the building, leaving it visible from miles away.
Notice your fate. You only get so many chances.
Leon is outraged by the power play taking place.
Okay, fire's out.
He decides to act upon getting rid of his audience.
I'm thinking the air blade would probably do the same thing. Let's do the roots.
Once over the border, Leon explores the area. The ground is black, as if covered by volcanic ashes, and the climate is much colder than that of Kelsinar. Under a matte gray sky, dark sand and desolation goes on as far as the eye can see. Walking his tedious path, he chances upon a lonely traveler. The two spot each other from afar, but do not try to avoid the inevitable encounter. The traveler has scaly skin, and a forked tongue darts in and out of his mouth as if he were a snake. He stops in front of Leon. "Who are you?" he asks. "Someone very dangerous if you get in my way. A friend, if you choose to trust me." "Your name is?" "Leon Munar. You may have heard of me." The other doesn't reply. His eyes open wide, and he falls to his knees. "Now I recognize you. Your fame and your past precede you. I am Farion, your humble servant." Cautiously, Leon asks him to explain. "Everyone knows of the last great wizard able to dominate the elements. What brings you here?" "I have my reasons. I should kill you for the mere fact you have seen me, but perhaps I won't." Leon's threat sparks fear in Farion, startling him. "I am sure you'll find me useful if you spare me." The wizard seems to mull over the plea and decides to test him. "I'm looking for the dragon who dwells in these lands. Do not question me, just answer, as I have no time to lose." "You need to head north, my lord. You'll find a black hill surrounded by bones. There you'll find a cave. That's where the reptile lives. No one dares approach it." "If you have spoken the truth, wait for me in the city of Snelfos. I'll reward you fairly. If you are lying, however, I will seek you out and I will kill you." "How will I cross the border, though? It's under surveillance." "Barracks number 7 is empty."
So it does give you clues as you go forward. And I also thought if you're a streamer, this would be great because you can also turn the voice off. There's an actual options in here and you can turn in options. You can turn the audio off and you could actually read it yourself. But we won't do that.
Once over the border, Leon explores the area. The ground is black. After some time, Leon finds the hill surrounded by bones, just as the Snake Man had described it.
You can make sound effects.
Is in sharp contrast with the burnt color of the dragon's lair. A strange feeling grips Leon's stomach, but he doesn't give in.
Whoa.
He knows which way to go. A nauseating smell comes straight from the cave's center. There, he finds a huge reptile curled up and resting. It is motionless, snoring blissfully. This is the moment of truth. Here, Leon could find a powerful and nearly invincible ally.
I'm going in the cave. We're gonna do it.
The wizard decides to step into the cave, and an eye is soon upon him. The dragon rises abruptly, spreading its mighty wings that take up the entire den. It roars and bellows a flame upwards. The dragon is imposing. Next to it, Leon is merely an ant. Its back is covered in scales, while its belly resembles that of a snake, slimy and gross. Leon's gaze follows the coils of fire as they rise. He notices that the hill's ceiling is open to the skies, allowing the creature to come and go as it pleases. A primal fear grips the wizard's heart, but his determination prevails. The situation is critical, and he must act now.
Now he obviously breathes fire, so I'm thinking water. We can either attack or defend. I'm thinking his strongest is going to be a wall. His blast is going to be strong first. Let's go defense.
The wall of water conjured by Leon shields him from the blast of fire, confusing the dragon. Leon must seize this moment and decide whether to hurl a volley of water blasts at its head to knock it out without wounding it, or to block the movement of its limbs by summoning roots from the ground.
Again, choices. Maybe we should ground him?
Leon's idea isn't a bad one. Despite its size, the animal can no longer move. This allows the wizard to enter the dragon's mind. As he tries this, however, the sorcerer notices that the strength of the beast's paws are allowing it to unravel the cage of roots. He needs to give up on his attempt to overpower the dragon's mind and find another solution quickly. Unfortunately, the dragon sees this coming. Thanks to its sheer size and power, it destroys the elemental by running straight through it. Leon freezes. His sorcery didn't play out as expected, and he's gripped by fear. Unable to keep his bladder in check, a warm stream runs down his leg. The reptile jumps on him and devours him alive.
I think that means yeah. Alright, so we failed again. You can see how this is unfolding.
Leon's idea isn't a bad one. Despite its size, the animal can no longer move. This allows the wizard to enter the dragon's mind.
So I'm
As he
thinking
tries
maybe
this,
a
however,
elemental.
The sorcerer notices that the strength of the beast's paws are allowing it to unravel.
Or we could
the cage
freeze
of
it.
roots.
But he just
needs to
burned
give
right
up
through
on
it.
his attempt to overpower the dragon's mind and find another solution. Unfortunately, the dragon sees this coming. Thanks to its sheer size and power, it destroys the elemental by running straight through it. Leon freezes. His sorcery didn't play out as expected. Leon's idea isn't a bad one. Despite its size, the animal can no longer move. This allows the wizard to enter the dragon's mind. As he tries this, however, his play succeeds, and the dragon collapses to the ground, exhausted. Leon approaches the reptile and lays a hand on its snorting snout. Leon gathers a state of utmost concentration as he was taught by the wizards of Amarin. He exploits his telepathic abilities to sneak into the mind of the now tame beast. He conveys the message that he is a friend who simply needs its help. The dragon is confused, and the wizard manages to flatter it quite easily. Despite its colossal size and devastating power, it is still just a simple-minded animal. Even though Leon has gained control over the dragon, he can't take advantage of all its talents just yet. Therefore, he decides to go back to pursue the other aspects of his plan. Now that he's established a lasting bond, he'll be able to summon the beast to his side whenever he shall want.
So I got a dragon pet. I like it.
Leon enters the Rula forest, an area that has long served as the home of several outlaws. Reminiscent of his mentor's stories, he remembers that the Tomb of Espera, the magician who had protected him as a child, should be here. The tomb guards a medallion containing the blood of two wizards who, like him, were able to control all four elements of nature. He must have it. Thanks to the instructions in the Blood Magic book, he will uncover the secrets that will allow him to fulfill his claim to power. Leon explores the darkest nooks, looking for telltale signs. A shadowy atmosphere surrounds him, as if he were inside a cemetery, or worse, an open-cast crypt. An ill feeling rushes through him, such as he has never felt in his entire life. After wandering for several hours, Leon finds two tombs. They are both just simple mounds of rock, with no apparent markings. However, opening the wrong one might wake up the dead. He examines the tombs more closely, and finds a detail he hadn't noticed before. The first tomb seems to have some old, small, clotted blood stains, while the other displays normal signs of wear due to the effects of time.
So the choices aren't always obvious. Sometimes what seems most innocent is actually not. But this is a really good game. It does save your position. You don't need to save. And I don't want to ruin the story for you. It does have multiple outcomes, multiple voices, male and female. The characters are done really well. They play the evil characters, angry. It's actually a lot of fun to play. It's good. It's like reading a book. And I actually find it very entertaining. Now, like I said, it's going to be a niche genre. If you like these types of story games, you'll absolutely love it. If you're looking for action and 3D, you're not going to get that here. You're going to get a great story with nice character plot, multiple endings, and it's still in early access. They're still adding on more. So hopefully this is helpful in explaining what exactly the Ballad Singer is, and you'll check it out. I have them on my website. I have them on Twitter. I own them. Again, the developer is Curator Games, and they are a wonderful group of people. And give them a shout out. They are on Twitter. I'll put that on there. Check out the webpage and go check this game out on Steam. Again, thanks for watching if you made it the whole way through. And don't forget to check out those media streamers. I can't tell you how much they help my website and promoting indie games. I couldn't do it without them. So, in a nutshell, this is the Ballad Singer. I'll see you guys next time. This is Razor, Jim Razor, at razorsedgegames.org. Take care.